Hello everyone and welcome to SlipjointSawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Victorinox product. This is the Victorinox dual knife sharpener. So this is the packaging it will arrive in. It is the sort of a clamshell designing, so you've got the classic sort of tough plastic there with this cardboard over the top of it. So you've got dual knife sharpener there, a couple of different languages. At the bottom here you have makers of the original Swiss Army knife. You got Victorinox 2013, so this product's been out give or take about 10 years. Some information there about how to contact them and their website. And they have included as well on the back some instructions of how to use the product. So you've got the smaller sort of secondary sharpener. They have the blade laid on its spine, and they're running this the whole length of the blade, you know, from the base of the knife all the way to the tip. They're also advertising roughly about a 20-degree sharpening angle when using the ceramic stone, which you can see just here. And it does include a hook sharpener as well, which I think is really, really good. I'm just going to go over a few points of why I think this would be a great addition to anyone who's looking to sort of get into freehand sharpening for the first time, or maybe they're just looking for a product that they want to take out with them when they're carrying their Swiss Army knives. Because although they're a fantastic product, the steel is a little bit soft and it can go dull relatively quickly. So I feel with this sharpener, you'll be able to carry your Victorinox with no troubles at all. And if it does go a bit dull, you can bring that edge back within just a couple of minutes. So here's the sort of outside of the product. You've got the Victorinox logo there on a nice red clip. Decent retention on that. It is just a plastic clip, so it's nothing super sturdy, but it's just a sharpener. Ideal to sit in your work bag or, you know, in the back of your jeans pocket, any of those sort of situations. So we'll take a look at the sharpening stone to start with. So the way they would advertise and you would do this is you take off the bottom slip, you take off the top cap, and then the base of the product goes over the top like so. And then you're met there with this really nice blue ceramic sharpening stone. And you can see there is a bit of wear on there where I've been using it, just testing it out, seeing what it's all about. And I'm really impressed with this, and I do think it's an excellent way to start sharpening if you're, you know, if you're a noob, or, you know, if you just want to, you're a real beginner looking to start freehand sharpening. But you can bring back a really good working edge on this sort of product without the need for a fixed blade system. And as well, the fixed blade systems, they're not very practical to take with you if you're going on a day's work somewhere. Maybe if you work on a site, you're a builder or carpenter, those sorts of things. I think this would be a fantastic addition for you to take with you. So we'll go over some of how they advertise product to be used. So I'll just grab a Victorinox knife for that, just for a demonstration. So I've got the Huntsman here, pretty much everyone's favorite, I'm guessing at this point. Great all-rounder Swiss Army knife. So the way they advertise this, I did have a look at the Victorinox page on YouTube, and they're advertising that you stand it vertically up like this, and then you take the knife a rough 20-degree angle, and very lightly you're rubbing it down either side of the steel, or stone I should say, and you just do that about 4 or 5 times, a rough angle, and then you can check it with your finger, see if you can feel it coming back. And yep, I can feel there's a nice sort of toothy edge coming back on this. I can feel it sort of gripping onto the edge of my thumb. So from this sort of next stage then, what they're advertising you would do, you take this back apart, you turn it round, pop it back in there, and then you have this side, which is the sort of V-shaped ceramic stone. And what this does is sort of deburst the edge, sort of just gives it that nice, not sort of polish like you would get a mirror finish, but enough to bring back an edge that's, you know, good enough to cut through and get you through your day. So you would turn the Victorinox on its spine with the blade, the sharpened edge facing up, and you literally just take the product, no pressure at all, and you just run it across the top like this a couple of times, just until you feel the resistance starting to go and it just feels like you're rubbing across glass. So I maybe go across about 10 times. It's the sort of the best results I found after using this yesterday, and I had a bit more of a practice earlier this morning. Just sort of keep going with this, and I'm sort of happy with how that feels. And you can have a quick look at the edge then, and feeling along that my finger, it does feel really sort of razor sharp. And if I grab a little bit of cardboard up here, we can test the edge and see what it's like. And you can see it's brought this Victorinox back to sharp enough to cut through cardboard. Is it sort of that sort of shaving sharp? Not really, but it's enough to get you out of a pinch and enough to get you through your day. And that's pretty much what this product is aimed at. I can't think of a better, really, a sort of product to use. You know, if you're stuck in a pinch or you need to get yourself through your day's work, especially if you're carrying something with a softer steel like a Victorinox or maybe a Rough Rider knife. But I really do think if you're looking to get into freehand sharpening and you're looking for something very sort of simple and basic to use, something you can take with you, maybe, you know, you can, whenever you've got 5 minutes, if you're at the office, you want to have a practice, if you're on the work site, maybe you've gone on a camping trip and you want to keep your sort of hunting knife or your sort of camp knife relatively sharp, this is the ideal product for you. And even more so to the person just getting into sort of freehand sharpening, this can teach you so much about how to keep the correct angle when you're sharpening on the steel, even if you want to use it in a slightly different way to how they're advertising it and hold it in a more traditional style. So you can hold it like this and you can go side to side, back and forth. If I grab a blade so you can see. So you can go, you know, up this side and then down like this. As long as you can keep that sort of angle and that sort of motion, it's going to be exactly the same as if they were advertising you to do it this way. So there we go, guys. That's my sort of quick overview and review of the Victorinox dual knife sharpener. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please be sure to like, subscribe and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.